I think we are on. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Performance Seminar at Oak Cliff. Today is January 23rd. It's the end of January, finally. Today we have two performers. They seemed ready and excited to share their music with all of us, or I hope so. Please welcome to our first performer and announce your name and piece of music you play.
Hello, my name is Joseph Kennedy, and I'll be playing Waltz in A minor by Chopin.
Ta-da. Ta-da! Round of applause to Joseph. Great job. All right, a lot of great things, by the way. I like your how you bring out your left hand as like a feature in the waltz style. I think that fits the dance very well. So you have first beat is a bit longer, and the second and third beat is like lighter and shorter. I think that set up the entire style very nicely. For your right hand, there's some tricky parts, right? Throughout the entire piece. But whenever you get to the theme, you are very confident. I like the way that you project the tone. Okay, we can talk more about how to make it better in the second half of the class. Let's move on to Mr. Atticus. Please announce your... Oh, I just say your name. Please announce your name again. And then piece you're going to play.
I'm Atticus, and I'm playing 36% of Alien Harp.
What? How much percent?
36.
How did you even calculate it? Did you really calculate it?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Thank you. All right. I like your melody. Like you try to bring out the top notes very nicely. I think it's better than last time I heard it. I don't remember the last time. 2 weeks ago? 1 week ago? Something like that. I'm curious about your own comment. But do you think you did well, or do you think you did something that can be more improved?
The other notes, like not the main melody, felt a little bit less consistent than I would like them to be. But I think that's just a physical thing. Like I'm not moving the way I should, or I'm not completely moving the way I should. I think once I correct that, then it'll just be more consistent.
What's your plan to correct them?
Just over exaggerate my movements when I practice so I get into the habit of doing them.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I think we have a visitor. Probably someone is lost. But we'll see. Okay. I'm not so sure what's going on, but let's just continue. Okay, now let's move on to our second half of class. Great, she just left. Okay, let's move on to our second half of class. We will work on Joseph's piece. Mr. Atticus, since you are in pedagogy right now, can you give comments for Joseph?
Yeah. It was very consistent. There were a few small, like, I think memory lapses, I guess, is what I would say, is what it seemed like they were. Or, maybe you're just not super familiar with a few areas, but overall it was very consistent. So I think you've built up most of it pretty well. I also like that you were emphasizing the downbeat of each measure, because that's what you do. It's a waltz. So I think both of those you did very well. The few areas that you seem to struggle with a little bit, I would just try backwards practice, because those areas, it's very, I don't know the word to describe it, but it's just high up there, and you just have like interesting notes together. There's not really a specific like pattern or anything, so I think backwards practice would help with those.
Okay, thank you. That's a very detailed comment, and thank you for providing the practice tool after that. I feel like you're ready for interview. All right, Joseph, I agree with mostly like I think I just said. So backwards tool, probably not for the entire piece though. So just for the parts that you feel less confident. I'm not so sure. It seems like you have your shimmies in front of you when you play, but were you like memorizing?
I'm still in the process of memorizing, so I guess sometimes I'd look back up and then I would lose track of where it was. I just restart from a place.
Okay. All right, it's fine. Can we talk a little bit about this part? So I don't think backwards tool is for entire page, but you can do backwards tool for like difficult parts. For example, this part. Maybe even just like this. So backwards practice in a small sessional practice, I think will be helpful. Can you try a little bit, just right hand? Nah. Just maybe these 3 notes. I mean 5 notes, including grace notes.
The B and the C notes.
B natural. And one octave higher. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. What's your finger number for the B?
For B, I put 3 and I would go to 4 on C. And for the trill, I move 1 to B, 4 back to C, and then I switch back to B. So I can move back onto 2 on A and 1 on E.
Okay. So for the entire like broken triads, you are doing 1, 2, 3. Like 1 here, and then 2 here, and then 3 here. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I personally don't like that finger number, but let's do 1, 2, 3. If you're already used to that. Okay. Can you do one more time? Just these notes in the highlight. Okay, that's good. That's good. Thank you. Now let's do a little bit before. Just these. Do you think you can try to lean your body to the right side a little bit to help? Not move your entire body though. Just kind of like lean to the right side. Okay, you should feel easier to project the notes more. Okay, now we will do a little more before. Okay, can you do it a little bit faster? Okay. It's a lot faster, but like maybe da 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 da. Okay, now let's do another one. Triplet. Thank you for leaning your body to the right side. That sounds, it looks pretty good. Now can we add left hand? It's slightly faster now. Okay, can you do in this sample? 1, 2, 3. 1 triplet da 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 ba ba. I think it sounds good. It sounds better than the first time you played for us. Do you actually feel like it's easier to play or not really? You can be honest.
I guess it's mostly the same.
Mostly the same. Okay, so maybe the first time you have a potential to make it good. It's just like that was not a good time. It can be that way. Okay, or maybe it's because you are playing a little bit more, so you can extend the section. So right now it seems like this section is good. You can extend to another bar, another bar, another bar, another bar. Okay, and then find a spot that is kind of too much, and then you start messing up. Then you know that's the part. You need to practice that more often, like more several times. Let's move on to the next part. How do you decide the dynamic plans? You decided it, or your teacher decided it?
My teacher mostly decided it for me. So in Metro 31 and 32, I put a crescendo and I put a fermata over the B. And then I guess I made it a bit quieter when I started the next phrase.
Can you actually do the crescendo mainly for your right hand? And then when your left hand, especially when you arrive this chord, make it a little bit actually softer. I want to hear how it sounds like. Let's try one more time. I think the balance sounds better this way. So the right hand is actually the main voice, like driving the dynamics. Left hand I will suggest you like kind of support, but not like for every single beat. Because right now you're heavily relying on make the second and third beat like lighter, or not lighter, sorry, shorter to make it sound lighter. But sometimes if you actually crescendo with your right hand and with the same amount of crescendo, it will sound more aggressive than it's supposed to be. Okay, that's something you can consider. Still, like basically just balance. So for left hand, maybe the most when you're trying to crescendo, maybe the highest, well, so loudest will be like mezzo piano or almost mezzo forte, but not more than that. Okay? And during some parts, you need to clear up the notes. Yeah, it's on the way. It's on the way. So looking forward to your second performance, and then see if you can memorize it. Let's move on to Atticus. So Joseph, do you have any comments for Atticus when he played?
Overall, I think it was really smooth. And again, I think I like the way he pronounced the top notes. So I think that was very distinct of it. And I actually also liked the crescendos throughout. So like in the song here, there's very large crescendos over a ton of the arpeggios. And I like how he brought those up as well.
Okay, I can tell you are. Sorry, Atticus. I can tell you are trying to bring up the crescendo and diminuendo, and it does sound like a large wave, but sometimes it's like a random part that is clearly like more or less than others, instead of like gradually like getting louder or gradually getting softer. So that's something you need to maybe use body movement to help. Are you trying to move your body when I can only see your head, so I'm not so sure. Like, are you doing some type of body movement to help you to do the crescendo and diminuendo?
I am, but I'm not doing that consistently because I haven't gotten into the habit of doing that yet. But that's a thing that I'm working on.
Okay. Can you maybe try that for the first line?
Can you repeat what you just said?
Can you try it for the very first line and then move your body forward and fall back a little bit, but not too sudden. Just like gradually go forward and then gradually, and then see how it goes.
Try right now.
Yes. I think it sounds really nice right now. Minor sound like bass note sounds not so even, but right now the larger dynamic plan sounds more clear. I'm not so sure before. It's probably just trying to warm up. Is that the case? Like, did you practice this? Huh? Sorry, what did you say?
My audio keeps cutting out. I missed the last part of what you just said.
Oh, what did I say? I asked when you play for the first time, like today, when you performed it, did you warm it up, or that was pretty much the first time you played today, like entire day?
No, that was the first time today.
No, so you didn't warm up before our class.
No.
Okay.
I probably should have.
No, it's okay. It sounds like right now it's the second time, and all the notes is much more even now. And then why I say even is not actually the length of the notes; it's actually the dynamic on the notes. It's already like better. So I feel like it's because you got the first time like warm up. So maybe next time before you play, you can warm it up before. Okay. I don't have too much thing to say. I think you actually try to take care of your dynamics pretty nicely. It's just like you said, you need to keep working on like physical movements, either your arm movement, your body movement, even with your wrist. I think right now you're still trying to get used to it. Yeah. How did you get a 36%? I still don't understand. How many measures in total here?
Because it's.
Are you going to throw me the entire process of like counting?
No, that's an estimate. There are 5 lines on each page except the first, And so if I do everything first 2 pages except the last line, then that would be 9, or in this case it's 8, but I thought it was 9 because I thought there were 5 lines on the first page, and then there are 25 lines in the whole piece, so that's 36%.
It's too many numbers right now. I cannot process, especially it's late right now. Okay, thank you for being so precise. Another thing to keep in mind is there are sections in this piece, even though everything looks the same, but there are sections in the piece. So maybe you can think about the dynamic plan in general. So you want to save your forte to later when you have a real climax. You know what I'm saying? Right now you're kind of like, I don't think you are thinking about it. Or are you thinking about it?
Sort of, but not really, because I haven't gotten that far into the piece.
Okay, that's fine.
Everything I currently have is relative to what I have, so like once more gets added in, everything will get adjusted.
Question, is this piece for your, I don't know, project or what? Or just for practice?
No, I just picked it because it sounded nice.
Are you going to use it on anywhere?
I might play it at school for their monthly music performance, but I'm not sure yet.
When is it? When will it be? No, I think he cut off. Anyway, thank you both of you for sharing your music with us today and working with me today. That was very nice to hear, like Chopin, like 2 Chopins in a row. Well, I'll see you guys next time. Okay.